Good morning. It is fucking cold. What happened? Fake spring hit, titillated the fuck out of us, and now it's fucking cold. Ooh, Venexia, it's actually a mix. It is, oh my, I'm just gonna give you a link. There's a lot of names on it, hold on. Let me share this song, please. Nope, that's not it. I just want to share the song, not the album. Why are you doing this? Copy link. There we go. There's a good one. Good morning. It's cold. That's it. That's all I got. It's fucking 8 degrees. Hate it. It was 70 last week. 70 degrees. It is 8. What? Brr. I hope you're all doing well and not fucking freezing. I was so high last night, my dudes. I laid in the bath for like a movie and a half. I don't even know. I got incredibly stoned. We went to fucking space last night, my dudes, during movie night. If you're under the disillusion that Fated Friday is the only time we get completely fucked up, wow. I think Viata started it. I'm gonna blame that. Viata was like, hey guys, I got a new enriched pre-roll or whatever. And I was like, oh, I have Keef. Do you want to get fucked? And we got fucked. And then I got Del Taco and it was delicious. What is Thunderbolts? I'm not sick of Marvel. I'm sick of them retelling the same story over and over and over and over and over again. Or just like milking the Avengers to the end of time. It's like Star Wars with the Skywalkers. That's how I feel. I love Star Wars beyond reason. Like it's my forever, but stop trying to make everyone related to a goddamn Skywalker. It's that. It's just like that. It's almost like, what's the word? Like pandering or something. That shit bothers me. I get so tired. I get so like just bored of it. Sorry, I had to move my heater. Totally my fault. I invited chat to come talk to God with me. That's what it was. Yes. Yeah, shut up, Mel. Take my 8 degrees. Yeah, Dream, the winter weather is coming. It's pretty bad. It's so cold. Oh, Thunderbolts is a new Florence Pugh movie? I thought she was already in something Marvel. Didn't she played some Black Widow's sister, I thought. So she's just like, oh, so is it about her? Oh, that's exciting. Not today. I mean, Rod, your front door has been non-functional since I met you. Like, that garage door has been used and abused, my dude. It might be cheaper, I don't know. Like, you've never had a functioning front door. Like, that garage door has been functioning as your front door. Like, yeah, it's gonna break down. Might be time to replace both. Like, I got broken shit all over, but a front door, I've literally, no shit, guys, I've never seen Rod's front door. I have no idea what it looks like. I just realized that. I've never seen your front door. I have no clue what that looks like. No, 100, I'm just saying, Rod, like, it makes sense your garage door is gonna break. That thing has been used like it shouldn't have been used. I'm not kidding. I cannot picture your front door. I've never seen your front door. I have no idea what it looks like. Like, I've seen it outside, but in your house, I don't even know how to get to your front door. Like, I'm just so accustomed to your garage door, I genuinely would not even know where to go. That's so weird. I've never thought of that before. I mean, I don't think you've ever come through my front door either. Like, giggity. Our foundation shifted too. That's why all my doors are like off. Like you have to like shove them shut so they click in. Yeah, it's the sick, nasty mud here. I've left through it though. Oh, there you go. Okay, at least you've used it. I don't even use my front door. Like who the fuck uses their front door? I go out the back. I don't know. My front door is for packages, not people. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yep, that's it. 100%. Rudd only wants people coming through his back door. I mean, who doesn't? I'm pranking the Hubs today and making him old people food because it's his son's 21st birthday. Oh my god, what are you gonna make him? Please tell me. Is it all soft? Oatmeal, mashed potatoes, jello. Oh my god, you have to put a cup, like put a glass next to his plate for his dentures. Oh my god, yes. I love that for you so much. Oh my god, Electric 6, 100%. I've been a fan of Electric 6 for a million years. I can't even tell you, like, I think the first song I heard I don't even know. I think it was, you know, it's so weird you brought that up. I was talking about this recently with somebody. Who was it? My sister? Someone randomly. I was talking about this recently because there's a music video by Electric Six, the Danger, Danger, High Voltage, that lives in my head rent free. Like that music video was so weird when I saw it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Just absurdity. Gay Bar, Dance Commander, all the above. They're great. I love Electric Six, but they're just on my level, that weird level. I love that shit so much. I go through my front door, but it's only because my garage is a hazard zone right now. Everybody has. I think I grew, like, I don't know. Does anybody use front doors? Growing up, my family didn't use our front door either. We used a side door, like that went into a mud room. We never, genuinely, I think I maybe used the front door of my childhood home like a handful of times in my life. We used a door that went into like the laundry room, mud room. I don't know. Our front, like, is that weird? I've never even thought of that. We just don't use front doors. Oh my god, I kept my mom's fancy denture cases. Yes. Oh, that's fucking sick. Oh, yes. Jedediah! Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any for 18 fucking months. That's 2 babies we will feast upon now. Not a cult. Maybe. Side garage door. That's what I was trying to explain, Super Bob, but that's how my house, like, childhood home was. It was like this layer cake of a hexagon kind of thing, but there was the garage like poked off of it. And on one side of the house was like the front door, like the grand front door with nice glass windows and shit. And then on the other side of the house was like the mud room that was on the side of the garage that you went through. I never, like, this is weird. I know I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I never had a house key. I think I have a key to my parents' house now. I've genuinely never had a house key ever, but that front door was always locked. Always. No other door was. But that one. Living in an apartment growing up, I jumped off the second floor balcony. Wait, for fun? Oh, it made more sense. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, the front door is, I don't know. I feel like it's just always on clock. I used the front door of my current house. Last one, it was only open for TTRPG night. Interesting. I've just realized this weird thing about front doors just now with you guys. It's kind of interesting. I've never really thought about it before. The only way in my house is the front door unless I bring a ladder and smash a window. I mean, you could. I wouldn't, probably. My house is weird and the entryway is not only my garage door, but my front door, so they're right next to each other. What? And then oh, I know exactly what you're meaning. They're like butted up against each other like a corner, right? And one goes to your garage and one goes to the house. I know exactly what you mean. I've been in houses like that. I kind of like that. I'm into that. Like that, the concept of the Thunderbolts or whatever makes more sense to me than oh, look at this team of people who either have incredible technology and or superpowers who always end up karate kicking in the sky. Like, at least people that are underdogs and don't have superpowers make sense to karate kick. But I swear to God, the vast majority of these fucking superhero movies, it's like, look at all these people with magical powers, but they're just gonna do martial arts in the sky. That's all they're just gonna punch. That's it. I get real cranky about that shit because I'm like, you what? No. No shit, we still don't use keys. My entry door is a combination lock. I've seen those. Do you like having that? I remember having to break in to my parents' house back in high school, had to go to the kitchen window in the back of the house, crawl into the window. Fun thing, the neighbor behind us was the police, and did they do anything? No, of course they weren't. No. Why? No one called. There's another Captain America coming. I'm upset. Did his story not wrap up elegantly and perfectly? Am I totally off base in that was one of the most perfect stories wrapped up ever? Is it just me? Why are we dipping our cocks back into that? Oh, it's Sam. Okay. So, I mean, Captain America movie. It's the Falcon guy, right? What do you guys think about him? Just curious. What do you guys think of the new Captain? No, I mean like the actor, like the movie, like that casting, that handoff. I really like that actor a lot in everything except Captain America. You can hate me for that. That's fine. I think he's crappy. I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't fit. I don't know what's going on there, but I really like him as an actor, so it's very confusing for my brain. But as Captain America, I don't get it. It's okay. I'd rather watch that show he was in about the one on the what is it? The video game car crashing show. I played the fucking game. Help. What is that? Twisted Metal. God damn it. Thank you. Wow. My brain got stuck on Metal Gear Solid, and I wasn't going to say it out loud because I knew for a fact that was not it. I knew Metal was in it, and my brain just got stuck on a loop. That show was so fucking good. I've watched that first season 3 times. He's phenomenal. He's so fucking funny. I love him as an actor. And he has some of the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life. His eyelashes tickle his fucking skull. I don't get it. But as Captain America, I'm like, whoa, okay. To each their own. Oh yeah, Twisted Metal's coming out with another season, right? Yeah, it was confirmed for another season. That show, if you haven't seen Twisted Metal, I'm really bad with actor names, but it's got the new Captain America guy and Rosa from the cop show. What the fuck is her name? She's Encanto. She sings in Encanto. I'm Stephanie something? I have to Google it. She's great. Stephanie Beatrice. Oh my god, I did. Who is she? Who is she? And the crowd goes wild. That's amazing. When I can remember even one name, that's a fucking miracle. And then I unplugged myself, but I got excited because that never happens. I love Stephanie Beatrice. She's such a good actress, and she has such a phenomenal voice. I love her. But yeah, it's her, and then what is his name? I'm gonna look it up because I feel bad. Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie. There you go. Good actor. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, yeah. Yeah, Glacial, thank you. Anthony Mackie, and really like him as Falcon, and now Captain America. He was cool as Falcon, as, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm going to watch it. Like, don't get me wrong. Who doesn't watch all of them? But I'm like, I think people will shit all over the movie. Which one? The new Captain America? Why? Well, that's a stupid question. People will shit on anything. There's too many people in the world to assume that nobody's going to shit on anything. They will always shit on it. That's like, right? That's kind of assumed that people are going to shit on it, but I don't know. I did watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really, the comics of like Ronin and shit were some of my favorite. I like those. And like, the Winter Soldier, which ones do I have? Do I have Winter Soldier? I just went through all my comics. I'm trying to think of which ones I have. Pretty sure I've read those ones too, which are pretty fucking good. I didn't expect the story to be anything special or interesting. I hope it is. I think, you know what, I'm just trying to like compute why he doesn't check out for me. He doesn't, like, where's his story? I hope we get his story, because I feel like what got me with Captain, I mean, the Cap is one of my favorite stories in the universe of Avengers and whatnot. It's just breaks my soul in half every single time. Like, I bawl my fucking eyes out at his story you gonna tell us about her? No, don't think I will. Oh my God, every time. But he has this like deep, you get all this historical perspective and stuff, and like Falcon just is like, here's his shield, and he's like, oh. So I don't have any investment in it, I guess. I hope they go into that. That'd be cool. It's Hate Critical Talks. Why? I hope it doesn't suck. I like the Doctor Strange movies. He plays a really good asshole, because I've heard he's an asshole in real life, too. That's his story, so they're not going to give us any more. Because that story, I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't, like, it's not, like, I didn't feel like, oh yeah, the shield should go to him. Like, I didn't. But I mean, who the fuck am I? All I want is a live action Spawn movie that has the same vibe as the HBO animated version. That'd be fucking sick. He's a different kind of Captain America that I like. I love Steve Rogers, but I can't fully relate to a white dude. I mean, yeah, who can? I completely understand that. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but I was going to ask, are people just shitting on it out of racism? Is it just because Cap is black? Is that how pathetic society has become? Is that it? Because, I mean, like you say that, Glacial, like, you can't identify to a white guy. I bet there's a whole bunch of angry white dudes that are, now I can't identify to him, Captain America, because his skin's different. I wouldn't doubt that racism would go that way, though, because people suck. Sam is Captain America in the comics right now. Oh, so they're following the comics. That's cool. I mean, that makes sense then. I haven't read those comics. Big shocker. Didn't really dive into Captain America. People will shit on anything. If they can't see any obvious issues, they'll simply make some up. Give me attention, give me views, yes, 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 react to my rage bait. I will dismiss it as being brainwashed by the woke mind virus, or simply say, it's a joke, I was kidding, lol. Same. Yeah. No, I like all those movies. I know I'm not the only one when I say this, but like when I pick at like Avengers movies and shit, they're still better than the vast majority of anything coming out of anywhere right now. Like, I'm picking at them because I love them and I want them to be awesome. They're still great. Ooh. Oh, David. That's actually, I don't know. How high is CBD normally? So if that's 12.5 milligrams, I might save that for bedtime. That seems like a lot of CBD. You might get sleepy. The same bullshit I see every time there's a sole female protag in a video game and all the incels come out of the woodwork. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance was DEI according to some. I wonder who. Oh, is that so? Bucky's just. What did happen to. Where is Bucky now? Yeah, where is. Oh, Bucky's gonna lead the Thunderbolts. That's kind of fucking cool. There you go. Now we know where Bucky is. I kind of forgot. Exactly, Rod. Still entertaining. Like, all of them are entertaining, and I love them beyond reason. I've just seen them so many times. I think I pick at them, but yeah. Oh, is there a trailer? Should we watch the Thunderbolts trailer? I can try to pull it up. It's less than 1%. Yeah, I'd save that. All of our weed, you know that, David, like all the weed I buy has 0 CBD. So I don't even know what like a normal level of CBD is anymore. Oh, did you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I fucking miss it? God damn it, Catherine. I did. I'm an ass. I don't even see a link in my chat. Anywhere. The fuck? Thank you. Oh, thank you. I was literally just gonna Google it. Thank you. I apologize. Pause music. I want to see this. I really like Florence Pugh. She's like, I think I kind of have a crush on her. That's not the right screen. I watch like anything, but it looks interesting. Like, I'll watch that. Kind of feels like Suicide Squad a little bit, but I'll watch that. Yeah, so that seems cool. When they announced this, I was hoping the lineup would have been from the version I read with Deadpool, Punisher, Red Hulk. Oh God, Red Hulk, Elektra, and Venom. That would have been sick. I guess in this version, they're still trying to reproduce the super soldier serum and give it to Bob, and he gets superpowers akin to Superman. Interesting. Oh, it is. Thunderbolts is Marvel's Suicide Squad, so I'm not totally off base on that. Okay. That's what it felt like, a less ridiculous, less colorful version of Suicide Squad, but I'd watch that. That looks cute. I'd be into it. I like superhero movies that, I guess they're not really superheroes though. What are they? Villains? They're not, are they? I mean, anti-heroes. That's a good word. Yeah, anti-heroes. Yeah, it's a bunch of like Deadpools, kind of, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say, because like, we could really get into it and get down to the brass tacks of like good versus evil and define that and be like, okay, who's actually good? There's no such thing. I think that's something that I really like about the Avengers, actually, is it really blurs those lines of like, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, like what the fuck is going on here. I enjoy that part of those movies, to be honest, because I like an anti-hero. It makes more sense than just like the goody-goody that Superman. He drives me crazy. What up? Not a cult. What do you mean? Not a cult. Right, and who defines wickedness? Because, if we go by, like, Christian standards, wickedness is, like, putting stairs on a church because you might see someone's nutsack if you're walking up those stairs behind them. We could really get into that concept deeply. I don't really want to. But, yeah. Anti-heroes, they're just more realistic. They're more realistic. I feel like anti-heroes you can empathize with because they're more real. Like, we are all conflicted on the inside. No one's 100% good, 100% bad. Like, everyone's constantly trying to figure out, like, what's the right move? What the fuck is the right thing to do here? Like, the good thing? Everyone's constantly trying to figure that out. And I like that. Like, I like that about Suicide Squad, too. Like, Will Smith's daughter, like, their story. Well, what the fuck? Deadshot? Was he Deadshot? I haven't seen it in a bit. I think so, but, like, that story, I like that. I like that they show that kind of conflicting nature of, like, these just aren't erroneous bad guys or whatever. Like, they show you kind of like the drives, and it makes you look at it like, oh, the drives of the people we deem evil are really no different than the drives we deem of people deemed good. I like that. I like that it makes you think. Who the fuck does Viata? Who would do that? The U.S. agent, not a villain. Which U.S. agent? Which? What? Who's the Bucky? Every douche being behind Superman was not liking immigrants. Bitch, he's the most famous immigrant. Oh, wait, I forgot he's white passing. Interesting how your ethnicity only matters if people can see it. Not cheers to that, but cheers. Oh, John Walker. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I was confused for a second. Hot hit. Oh god, there's still keef in my bowl. I can feel it. I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Oh god, that was hot. Just breathe it. It's fine. All right, we're all fine. Wow, I sweated. It happened. Hot hits. They're the best. They're the best. Love them. It's a reminder that whiteness in a political status is a political status, not a race. Among many things, yeah. But they're like, do the Thunderbolts have an overarching like organization that is guiding them to do what they're doing? Like S.H.I.E.L.D. or something? Or are they just like random people that got together and were like, yeah, I guess we should do shit? They did. The government put them together. Okay, so it really is very similar to Suicide Squad. Cool. I'm into that. I really liked Suicide Squad. I love the anti-hero-ness. An antagonist is a person in conflict with the protagonist, your main character. Not all antagonists are villains. That's a really good way. I love that. Thank you. Leave it to a writer to know how to fucking word it better. Excuse me. We don't entirely know. It's just like the government put them together, but we don't entirely know like who or what organization. Shad, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 35 fucking months with that Prime sub. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. And don't forget your Prime subs. In the comics, Thunderbolts are typically more on the villain side, though. Usually corrupt government official is in charge of them that is worse than those on the team. Ew. That, I mean, again, I'm sorry I keep relating it to Suicide Squad. That's all I'm familiar with. But, like, isn't that kind of the concept with Suicide Squad, too? It's like all of these, like, quote-unquote villains that are in prison or whatever, they release them on, like, they're not good. Yeah. Like, the organization putting them together isn't good either. Like, that bitch with the heart. What's her name? I know the actress. The, character in the show. I can't think of her name. But she's not good. Like, I wouldn't tout her as a good guy by any means. Glacial gives some of the best hugs that have ever been hugged. The team for this movie was like from a 2009 issue. Wow, no shit. Okay, and they are villains, more or less. Villains in terms, like, how do we... I know this is so... I'm just being a pain in the dick. Like, what makes them a villain? Do they have, like, personal drives that are evil and just killing people and, like, ruling the world? Or did they do something bad? I don't know. Like, what does that mean? Like, Joker evil? Or, like... Deadshot evil, you know, like, I don't know. What's the raft? The team for this movie has never been a comics lineup. Bucky has led the Thunderbolt. That's what people were saying. Like, originally, what was the original? Someone said it earlier. The original Thunderbolts in the comic Thunderbolts were totally different, right? Oh, the prison! Oh my god! I thought about... the game Raft. That's what came to mind, and I was like, how is this associating to that game right now? That's so I have it. I'm on the wiki right now. I was just trying to, because the original Thunderbolts were totally different, which is interesting. Oh, bases, the Raft. Yeah, no, you're right. According to the wiki, I mean, wiki is wiki, but according to that, it's the bases are the Raft, the Cube, the Thunderbolts Mountain, Folding Castle, Mount Charteris, excuse me, Four Freedoms Plaza, and Cellini's Pizzeria. So Raft, yeah, that makes sense. I can't believe I thought the fucking game. I just wanted to see who the original lineup was. Because I know it was different, so the movie's obviously going to be like super different. Okay, so in the course of their mission, they teamed with criminals. So according to Marvel.com, like this is on Marvel.com, the Thunderbolts is composed of criminals. But in the comics, it was Amazon, Blackheath, Cyclone, Harrier, and Skeen, whom Hawkeye forged into a new team of Thunderbolts. According to Marvel.com. But I don't know the movie. Like, that could be totally different. That's not? Okay, I'm on the wrong one then. Hold on. I don't know the original, so I appreciate you guys. Were the original Thunderbolts put together by Iron Man? Because I found another one. Iron Man assembled a Thunderbolts unit to capture Captain America, Secret Avengers. The unit was formed by Songbird, Radioactive Man, Atlas, Venom, Bullseye, Taskmaster, Lady Deathstrike, Jack-O-Lantern, the Jester, and UFOs. Baron Zemo. Okay, I'm going to Google it with Baron Zemo. Thank you. Baron Zemo. Yeah, Baron Zemo team. Give me that. Here, you guys can look at it with me. I love reading lore. Like, honestly, sometimes back-end lore, like giggity butts, the behind lore behind movies gets me more than the movie itself. I love this shit. Hey, Thunderbolts 101, you want to watch it? I think it's about the comic, but it could be cool. Where's my, Spotify. Hush. Thanks for being nothing. Being nothing to me. Okay, Thunderbolts. The following are members of the original Thunderbolts. Citizen V, Baron, Helmet, Zemo. That's Baron Zemo, okay. And then Atlas / Goliath, Mach 1, Meteorite / Moonstone, Songbird / Screaming Mimi, Techno / Fixer, Jolt Hawkeye, Charcoal Ogre, Amazon / Mankiller, Blackheath / Plantman, Cyclone, Harrier / Cardinal, Skeen / Gypsy Moth, Vantage, and Cobalt Man. This was a disguise of Tony Stark when he infiltrated their ranks. The following are members of the second incarnation of Thunderbolts: Atlas, Songbird, Blizzard, Photon, Joystick, Speed Demon, Radioactive Man, and Nighthawk. Thunderbolts Army, not going to read that one. So Thunderbolts 3, Thunderbolts 4. Wow. So there's been a lot of Thunderbolt groups. Yeah? Ant-Man. Ooh, this looks like closest to the movie. But not Ant-Man, but it's got Black Widow. Well, no, it has Black Widow, not her sister. Black Widow, Paladin, Ghost, Headsman, Mister, Scourge, and Grizzly. Let's see. Thunderbolt 6, Red Hulk, Deadpool, Elektra, Punisher, Agent Venom, Red Leader, Mercy, Ghost Rider. 7 was Winter Soldier, Fixer, Atlas, Moonstone, Mach 10, and Kobik. Ghost is in almost a lot of them. I mean, Ghost is in this one, right, too? That was something I saw. I was just trying to line up, like, where they're coming from with their lineup. From what we know of the movie, it looks like Val, Julia Louise Dreyfus. It's weird. I can only say her name if I say it real fast, like one word. Head of the CIA creates Sentry, and Bucky works for her, but it looks like he turns on her to put together the team. And that's kind of what it looks like that's loosely taken from the comic. So is she a bad guy? Canonly, is Louise Dreyfus a bad guy? Like with ulterior motives, I guess? Oh, there's U.S. Agent, the Devil's Reign storyline, Doctor Octopus. Wow, there's been so many reiterations of this. Crazy. Ooh, there's White Widow. So this is the Thunderbolts 12. Bucky, Contessa, Valentina, Allegra, De Fontaine, Life Model Decoy, The Destroyer, Red Guardian, Black Widow, White Widow, Game Master. So that one's the first one I think that I saw had White Widow in it, which is Yelena. Right? Good morning, Mag. Welcome to Nerd Morning. We're just getting deep in it already. I heard turned on. What could go wrong? Hopefully nothing. That is White Widow. Okay, cool. Cool. That's what I thought. Thunderbolts, Rhino Star. Yeah, it looks like they kind of made their own team, but that's cool. I'm into that. I like that they did their own thing with it. Because look, how would you... If anyone comes at me, or anybody, if I ever hear someone like, it's not the original team they put together, I'm going to send them this link like, fuck yourself. Which one? Let's not be cucks about this. Are you kidding? Which one? Stop it. There's so many original, like, what? There's, of course, the original, but, like, there's so many different reiterations of this that you could really do anything with it. And I like that. I'm really, it feels like a very fertile ground to tell your own story with. Does that make sense? Like, that looks like there's a lot of room for them to kind of grow within their own series if it works out to be a series. Or, like, more than one movie, I guess. Yeah, what is the plot? Yes. I mean, it's not spoilers. The movie's not even fucking out, so it's not like you can spoil it. In the comics. I think I need a CAT scan. In the comics, she's Madam Hydra. Oh, no shit. Oh, that's hot. Do any comic book teams have a fixed membership? According to some people. There's, like, the pure... I'm sure you've run into them. The purists who are like, if you don't know the original, you're not a fan. The gatekeeping bullshit, it's out. Condoms. Bring your damn condoms, y'all. I just realized I left the music off and I apologize. She was in Falcon. Oh yeah, she's amazing. I really like her. I mean, I'm a sucker for Florence Pugh. I'll watch it. I think I'd watch anything she's in. I think she's just a really, really good actress. I hate the purity cunts. They're what made me, like, hide my fondness for metal for many, many, many years. Because, like, I got into, like, metal. I found, like, industrial rock and shit like that. 9 Inch Nails. And I remember, like, wanting... Like, I would see someone wearing a 9 Inch Nails shirt or something, some metal shirt at the mall, which don't exist anymore, or something like that. And I'd be like, hey, cool shirt. And they'd be like, yeah, but do you know the Finnish band Schnappamlani? New hit single, ah! Then you are not a fan. And I was just like, okay, I guess making friends is a lot harder than I was led to believe. And I just kind of became like a closet fan for many years because I was like, this sucks. I don't want to talk to these people. Like, even if I did know the weird, obscure band that they're testing me with the hit single, ah! Like, I don't want to be your friend because you did this to me. What the fuck? Like, why? We obviously have something in common. Okay, hold on. So Val bought the Avengers Tower and doing terrorism. Congressman Bucky is investigating her shady dealings. Okay. The others are doing criminal stuff and Bucky stops them. Interesting. Okay. Val looks to have hired Yelena, Red Guardian, Ghost, and Taskmaster, but they realize she betrays them or she's just fucking using them or whatever and they're disposable, right? That's what it sounded like. Same dream. I mean, it's it's gatekeeping. It's pretentious gatekeeping bullshit. People will do it with anything because it makes them feel special, and I hate it. Good morning, Rod. I don't like that pretentious shit at all. It makes me sad. Along the way, they meet Bob, who Val is actually after, because he's the Sentry and he has the power of 1 billion exploding suns. Because he's the one they gave like the Superman juice to, right? Not Superman juice, but you know what I'm saying. They're still trying to make a Superman. That was the one that they gave it to? They all escape. They leave Bob. He snaps, becomes the Void. They go to stop him. The Void is the guy turning people into little smears on the road, right? Yes. Okay. I thought I knew who that was. I think I have some comic that the Void features in somewhere on my shelf. I don't know which one, but I thought that was familiar. I was going to ask. Amen, Trouble. 100%. Yeah. I've talked about that before. I was a closet gamer for years. I mean, years, because it was just. That was like totally social suicide. If people knew that you went home and played Halo. And I hid that shit. Like I literally played video games in my basement late at night. My sister got one picture of me playing video games and I hid it. Because I was like, no, like I will never hear the end of it. This would kill me. I would die. Like, it was years until I found my people. College is where I found my people, and they were like, hey, so we're throwing a party, and I was like, ooh, party? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna play Guitar Hero and drink micro brews. I was like, oh, this is the party I've been waiting for my whole life. Because the parties I was accustomed to was like, high school parties of either some house that is going to get destroyed and you're going to fucking get in trouble for, or you're around a bonfire in the middle of fuck nowhere and people are just like fingering each other against trees and stuff. Like, not entertaining by any means. Not my jam. I had to find my people. It took me a while. It took me a long time. I'm the most pretentious. Don't talk to me unless you know who gave birth to the father of the grandchildren of metal. I want that on a shirt. I am the most pretentious. David, yes, I know a lot of testers. They are treated like absolute trash. They're paid minimum wage and worked to the bone. Like, it's arguably one of the most thankless jobs in the game industry. It's like borderline abuse, in my personal opinion, allegedly. It's gross. But theoretically, great. Fun tidbit, Cyclops has a piece of the Void in his mind, and he keeps it in a room and never lets him out despite the Void trying to get out. Oh, that's creepy. How did that happen? Finding your people is important. It took me a long time to realize that your people, like, I assumed my people had to be the people that were, like, I worked with and stuff like that. And I found that, like, no, that's not usually it. Like, they're all over the place. You gotta branch out. Like, all my friends in college were, like, computer science majors and engineers and shit like that. And I was never gonna do anything like that. Like, I'm not that level of smart. But they're the nerds. They're the ones I was like, oh, you have a Nintendo in your room. Yes, we are friends now. Afternoon, Anubis. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. Went out of my way to stick out as weird in high school, almost of it trying to get my ass kicked. I don't think I tried to do that, but I definitely was weird. I think I have a habit of just doing what I want when I want, as long as it's not impeding on anyone's good time. So, like, fashion, for instance, never really paid attention to it. I'm just like, that's colorful and rainbow, or that's black and represents my soul, and it's one or the other, and that's where I jam. I never, like, trends and shit, which got, I guess you kind of get randomly pinned as weird for not following a trend, but not necessarily just, it's not like I was overtly weird. I just did whatever I wanted to do, wore what I wanted to wear if it was comfortable, despite the shit. And you get paid in experience and exposure. And game testers are not as fun as you might think. It's a lot of repetition and can be mind-numbing. That's what I've heard. I mean, raise your hand if you've ever played the same level in a game 27 million times just to beat a boss or get an achievement. Like, we've all done that on our own time, no matter what. I don't doubt that I could do that in a professional atmosphere, but for minimum wage and being treated the way they're treated, absolutely not. Allegedly, in my opinion. Satan bless the testers. Hey, Anubis, I like that. I'm never out of fashion because I'm literally never in fashion. Have a good nap dream. I hope it's beautiful and resting. Socrates, same. Same. The only exposure I want is skin exposure on spicy sites. Only exposure I want is to be paid in is boobies. Same. Knives was the ultimate X-Men where he doesn't need boss visor anymore. Is that because of the void thing? The social ladder went backwards in my high school. The band kids and nerds were more popular than jocks, so I was safe being a gamer growing up. My school was so small that the band kids were the jocks. So we didn't have like a clique hierarchy based on that. It was very much how you looked. And living so far away from literally anything, you dressed from Walmart because that's literally the only place to buy clothes within a 2-hour radius of where I lived, or your parents were wealthy enough to drive you to Spokane and go to the mall, and then you wore like Aeropostale and Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister and that like those clothes. So it was like, can your parents afford to drive you to a mall and buy you clothes, or can they not? And that was pretty much it. It was very much just like how you looked. It was terrible. Because there was such a crossover. Like, I was in theater, but I was also on varsity of every team I possibly could be on. And I was a fucking band nerd. The school was just too small. It didn't change. It's still too small. It's not even go face this boss. It's like, go try clicking on these menus in different orders 999 times to make sure it doesn't break. Yes. Literally. And I've done that. I have ground my face into a game before. But that testing is so much worse because it's like that or it's trying to break it. Like, that's what I've heard from a lot of my friends who are game testers. They're like, I'm basically paid to break this game. And until I can break it, I haven't succeeded. Aeropostale. Oh, yeah. I kind of felt that. I felt a little bit that way, Glacial. Like, I feel like I was friends with everybody, but not really. I was just on an acquaintance level with everybody from every clique, just to be nicey nice and make sure I was on, like, I was Sweden. Switzerland? That's what they say. I was Switzerland. Like, I just maintained a neutral zone with everybody around me all the time, and then I was good. But same. Again, small school, though. There's not a lot of people to pick from. Ooh, Viata, fuck yes. Hell yeah. A coupon, that was fucking nice. Grab her booty and pinch. My nose starts to burn when I think of Abercrombie and Fitch, because all I can think of is that fucking horrific smell that would come wafting out of their really dark, creepy, alley-like store. It would sting my eyes. High school football games were funny because the crowd was there for the marching band and would mostly leave after halftime, not even caring about the football game. Dude, my school was the same, but they were there for the bonfire. Like, our band was a stands band because literally we barely had one student for each instrument. I wish I was exaggerating. My school was very, 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 very small. Very small. And so they would be this tiny cluster in the bandstand. But throughout the year, some local businesses would collect what are they? Not milk crates. Pallets. And then at every football game, they would stack these pallets taller than the bleachers themselves. I mean, huge, and they lighted a flame. And the whole, literally, town would come to high school football games to stand around the gigantic fucking pallet fire. And as soon as that was down, everybody left because our football teams were, they were fucking horrible. Same, Zeph, hard same. My graduating class, it was like 60, I want to say like 63 kids, but only like 36 of us walked because the rest of them were in the alternative school for being pregnant or something. Public school. My hometown, like the town that I graduated from, to this day, the population is not over 1,500 people of the entire town, which encompasses, I think, at least 2 counties, if not 3. 1,500 people. Like, all together. Like, it's just, there's no people out there at all. Still. Because there's no industry. Like, literally, unless you work for Boise Lumber, which is in Washington, which is interesting. Unless you work for Boise Lumber, like, there's no jobs. You're either a teacher or you work at Boise Lumber, and that's it. It was a multi-pack of tones of burgundy. Oh, I love those packs. I got one recently that's like, I don't have it on my desk. It's those jelly colors. I think they're called jellies or something like that, but they're like transparent. Like really pretty rich colors though, not just like pearl or something like that. Do you know the ones I'm talking about? I got a set recently and it's like 4 different colors of reds and they're so fucking pretty, but I paid to get my nails done and I haven't used them yet. I love that. Oh my God, I have it. Shut the fuck up. I have that set. I haven't used it yet. You'll have to tell me. You have to tell me how it works. Because I love those. I love that building it and that pretty kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like stained glass look it gets. It's so nice. Chicken breast with veggies? Fuck yeah. Does not matter how much documentation I give or have given in the past, they remember how to use the stuff I work on. Can we have a Teams meeting while you sit on the call and just stare at me testing this? How about the fuck no? That's beautiful. I mean, seriously, Viata, you're gonna die. Do the first coat of base coat, cook it, and then touch it. You're gonna piss yourself. Or I guess if you didn't get the base coat in that brand, whatever you did with that brand, before you put the top coat in, cook it and touch it. The first time you do it, you're like, oh my God, it's not tacky. And you're just sitting there like, what? You mean cat and dog hair is not just gonna mystically find its way to stick on my nails while I'm currently trying to paint them? It's a fucking miracle of science. It's the only brand I've ever found that does that. Isn't tacky in between coats. And I swear, I mean, I have non-shedding poodles and still one little curly hair will come out of the air and right on my nail as I'm painting it every fucking time. I don't know where the fuck they come from. They're sentient. They just know. They know when nail polish is about. My whole school was about 200 kids, Rod. Like my high school. We were a combined school district of 2 townships. Since I graduated, they completely closed. Oh my God, Zeph. You're like the second person in my life to know what a levee is. Your town is real small, yeah? That's like one of the established memories in my head is every summer right after school was over, they would have this fair called Town and Country Days, like a little street fair, no shit, where high schoolers would come out and play basketball and whatever for donations to pass the fucking levy. Every year my school had to fight to pass a levy just to stay open, just to remain a valid school because it was so small and so pathetic every fucking year. But it's so rare you meet kids, meet anybody who outside of like a teacher who knows what a levy is unless you went to a tiny ass school that had to fight to stay open every fucking year. Same. Bobo, my love! Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, giving it for 57 months. I fucking appreciate you. That's a long fucking time. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. That's crazy. 450 students in your class? Did you know everyone? If I tried hard enough, I could still name every single person in my graduating class right now. And I don't want to talk about how many years I've been out. It's 19. I could still name everybody in my class. I do not talk to one of them. That's wild. Wild. The nail UV light is everything. Did you get nail gel? I have to turn off all fans and ban the HUDs from walking past me when I do my nails because every fucking time. There's no, I mean, you're going to love it. If a cat hair decides, you just do that and it just, because they're not tacky. It's incredible. I don't know what that is that's different about that brand that makes them not tacky, but it's the best thing I've ever tried in my entire life. My town was about 1,500 people, but we were a county seat, so there are a lot of government property with largest Amish and pseudo-Amish people going into school with us. Oh, no shit. A lot of farmers were bussed in. So I was in a graduating class of about 100, despite the small town size. 100 is still really small, I think. Like, in terms of most people go to schools where there's a lot more kids in the school, I think. We had 800 my sophomore year until they opened another school. That's insane. 88 people. That's small. Like, that's really small. Like, most people would say that's freakishly small. That's in my experience. That's what people say when I talk about my school was around the same size. It was like, that's really fucking small. But then, like, one of my sisters, I told you guys my uncles and everybody worked up in Alaska for a long time. doing construction stuff. Like they would go up there for a contracted job and then come back down and then go back up, blah, blah. And my sister went up there to, like, her mom was from there. That's how one of my uncles made her. And she told me there was less than one kid per grade. Like, literally their entire school had, I think, 6 children in it. And the school was K through 12. One teacher, 6 kids. And it was basically a homeschooling situation. But, like, that is crazy small. Like, that's the smallest I've ever heard of outside of actual homeschooling. Crazy. Still a public school. This was Skagway, Alaska, by the way. If anyone's familiar with Alaska, Skagway is nothing. It's literally nothing. Private schools make more sense. Like, when you say you were in a smaller school for private, because you have to pay for private, right? I think in general, like, your parents have to shell out cash for private school. Because they're not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that kind of the light definition of private versus public? Public is, like, funded by the government-ish. Lightly, we're being broad here, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you have to pay tuition, so that kind of makes more sense. You know what's crazy? My town has, I don't know if it still exists, but there was a private school in my town. I think there was literally a total of 30 children in it. It was like a Catholic thing. I think it was a remnant. I don't even know how to word this. I grew up on an Indian reservation. I think it was a remnant of the church trying to missionize natives. You know that gross shit they did up in Canada? That probably happened everywhere, we just haven't found it yet. I should say the gross shit they found in Canada. Because again, that's probably everywhere, we just haven't found it yet. I think it was a remnant of that or something. It's fucking weird. I leave Thursday morning, Fox. So I have a couple days to play. My college had less students than my high school. That's insane. For sure, we went to we went to school in a rural Georgia. The middle and high school were combined, really? Wow, my school wasn't even that small. We weren't combined. We all shared, like, it was weird. There was one football field, one baseball field. And, I think that was it. And the schools surrounded those. So there was, like, the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school. So you just had to, like, walk across the field to go to the various schools. They were very close. Cheers. No, it's totally cool, Fox. I mean, realistically speaking, as an adult, I should be probably taking a day or two off this week to put my house in order and clean things and do laundry and pack for said love burn. But instead, I'm probably going to do that at the very last minute because that's just how she roll. That's it. Yeah. That's knives. Same. I am baffled by people that, like, start packing weeks before they're going somewhere. I'm like, the fact that you have enough clothes to just put away a week's worth of clothes in a bag and not have that for a week, crazy to me. Crazy. Wild. You have so much clothes. Like, time to purge. But, like, why? If that week goes by and I'm like, I don't even know what I put in that bag anymore. Versus when I do it the night before, I have a clear-cut fucking itinerary. I know exactly what is in my bag. I don't know how people do it. It's weird. Oh, 100% Viata. Yep, it'll be during movie night. I will be cleaning my house, rushing around, washing bedding, feeding animals, packing. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to a event. I don't know, what the fuck do you call a burn? It's just a burn. It seems pretentious to call it that because, like, we burners. I don't know what to call them. They're not a convention. They're a festival? Festival. Yeah, okay. I'm going to a festival on a beach, so, like, my packing is strings and tiny triangles of material. So my packing, like, fits in a gallon Ziploc bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a lot. A sunblock. I got sunblock. I got bug block. I got blankets. I got, like, because we're camping in a tent. I got all that. But, like, clothes wise, it's genuinely strings and pieces of. Shut the fuck up, Scott! So get to making music, bitch. You obviously have it. No, but I have like 5 pairs of sunglasses. I'm not really. Hats don't work on my head. I don't know if it's because I have a fat head or my hair's too thick, but hats never fit. Unless it's like a beanie. Hats just kind of do this thing where they like slide off and then they sit like this on my head. And I'm constantly like, you get it, big hair. Yeah. I literally, I think I only own beanies. I don't think I have hats outside of that. What am I contributing? Our camp, how do I say this? We basically run workshops all day. They're like funny pirate themed workshops, where we just fuck with people. But then every night we open a cantina from 9 to midnight where we serve coffee. And if you're fun, we serve liquor. It's really fun. That's literally the biggest item of clothing that I packed that is taking up the most room is my fucking pirate outfit. Because it's like one of those like draped skirt things and the tiny white thing and some dangly bits. That's like the biggest item of clothing I have. Because that's the name of our bar is, of our camp is the Second Wind Pirate Cafe. So, like, come get your second wind at the Pirate Cafe, at 9 o'clock at night before you go out and hang out and do all this stuff. You can come get coffee. But if you're nice, we have liquor. But we usually play, like, we have this speaker system, and we play, like, creepy underwater music. Like, not even music. Atmosphere. Like, the bloop bloop, and then whale sounds and shit like that. It's fucking weird. I love it so much. It's really fun. We just play with people. People are the best. needs a space blaster. She can pretend to be Han since Han fought. Han shot first. I totally would though. It's gonna be fun. This is my first love burn, but I've been to Burning Man, and from what I hear, this is like Burning Man light. My whole group has been to Love Burn many times, and this is just my first time attending it with them, and all of them are like, this is literally like Burning Man vacation. Because you have cell phone reception for one thing, you're not in the middle of nowhere, you can literally get Uber delivered to the gates of Love Burn, like, it's so accessible. It's not like you have to go out there with everything you ever need possible and some. Like, there's no, you can get something from it. It's just so relaxing. There's showers. There's showers. There's water. Like, that is not at Burning Man. Like, you have to bring that. So that's going to be there's the ocean. Like, just the fact that there's a body of water and some sort of cooling source is going to be incredible. Faja, Eishan Space Blaster, Shooty Firsty, yeah? This is my whole personality now. I want you to keep that personality because that's fucking fun. I'm immediately reminded of wait. Oh my god, I've seen this DIY home sunblock. I can't with this. I cannot. I don't know what to do. It's the same hippies that 10 years ago were fruitarians until all their teeth fell out and they couldn't come. And then they all went to the doctor and the doctor was like, yeah, you have to eat more than fruit. It's those people. Now they're like, hey guys, I'm at the beach and I forgot sunblock. Let's make some. And they pull out their backpack, which just so happens to have like zinc oxide and 10 pounds of cocoa butter in it. They forgot sunblock, but they have all that in their bag and they like mix it on the beach with their cute dreads and their expensive hippie clothing. And then they make it and then they're like, oh my God, look at this. Don't. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not sunblock. Period. End of story. No. You cannot make your own sunblock. Stop it. It's so stupid. It's the stupidest shit. I've seen it too. I've seen a lot of like home-baked skincare. That's a recipe to melt your fucking face off. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know where they are, actually, which is mildly disconcerting because they aren't in their pile. I don't know. I might have to hunt them down. It is weird that they haven't come and annoyed me yet today. Where be the bitches? It's quiet. Too quiet. No sunblock, just smear some diarrhea on your skin. Everybody's got shit on hand. Organic. Clean. All natural. Shit. Apply directly to the forehead. Clutch! Drive safe and be safe. Don't touch anything at the gas station. Wash your hands. Don't get sick. Who remembers lightening your hair with lemon juice? Oh, 100%. No shit. When I was real little, it was lemon juice, and you put it in some sort of squirter and put it on your hair and then go lay in the sun. But by the time I was like in middle school, high school, they actually started selling that. What? Sun In? I think it was called Sun In. And it was like, I don't even know what it was, but you could buy it at the store, and it said it was the hair lightening lemon juice, whatever, and you'd spray it all over your head and then go lay in the sun, and it would bleach your hair out. Sun In. Yeah. I don't know if it came out when I was middle school or that's just when I was exposed to it, but when I finally found it, yes, absolutely. It was and all of us, like, for the longest time, it was just this hair that got any sun, because you'd spray it on, and then you'd go lay out and brush your hair back. And so it was literally just like this. It was just the face framing shit that got any sun whatsoever and turned bleachy. And the moment you put your hair down, the rest of it was dark again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In school, hairdressing school, we were taught the trend of products that were lemon juice, and you sprayed it on your hair and went out in the sun, and it would fry your hair to hell. Oh, 100%. It was drying as fuck. It was not good. I don't know what Sun In was. Does anybody know what the fuck Sun In was? I genuinely, oh my God, they still sell Sun In. Don't do that. What is it? What are you, though? Literally, the number two. So if you didn't know this, this is a fun fact. If you read ingredient labels, if you read ingredient labels in the US, usually the order of ingredients is by the quantity of ingredient. So the last ingredients in that ingredient list are the smallest quantities possible. The first ingredients are the biggest quantities possible. First two ingredients, water, hydrogen peroxide. I don't think you should put hydrogen peroxide on your hair, right? Hydrogen peroxide, like, lyses cells, like, makes cells explode. I mean, peroxide and shit is in hair treatments, but should we just be spraying hydrogen peroxide on our hair and sitting in the sun? Yeah, like, peroxide, that's in bleach activating, and, like, that's how we get this mess. Yeah, you use peroxide on cuts because it can kill I mean, really, you shouldn't really use peroxide on cuts. It doesn't actually really kill anything or clean anything. All it does is it causes the red blood cells to lyse and explode and release oxygen, which is the bubbling, and that's why it looks cleaner, but really it's not. I mean, some alcohol and some antiseptic or, antibiotic. That's best case scenario. Someone's trying to go bald. That's what that sounds like. But I definitely did that as a kid and didn't go bald. But I doubt my hair felt very good. It does. So lysing means to literally explode the cell. Lyse, a lyse is to, like, to slice it in half. And that's what peroxide does. It causes the cells to explode. And that's why the bubbling happens. That's the oxygen being released. But yeah, that's all it does. But I don't know if it does anything to, like, bacteria or whatever on your skin. I don't think so. We don't know what strength peroxide. I wonder. Hold on, I'm gonna Google. Hold up. Sun in peroxide strength. But what is it? It says significantly weaker than salon grade products, but what does that mean? Oh, regular Sun-In is 3% or 10 volume peroxide. There was an edition available that was 6% or 20 volume. That's getting up there. But I don't think I've ever heard of someone using a 10 volume. Hairdressers use 1, 3, 6, 9, and 12 peroxides, and 12 peroxide being 40 volume. Yeah, right? There's 40, 30, and 20. That's the ones I hear about the most. I've never heard about one that low. Hydrogen peroxide is technically a debriding agent, so the activation is intended to loosen up the debris in the cut, not to sterilize. Yes. Yes. That's a good way of putting it. Debriding. Oh, wound care. Not my favorite. Oh, shit. My dudes. Thank you for you set me off. You did it. You said a medical word. My dudes. I have to tell you about a show I tried watching because it is the first medical show in the history of TV, in my personal experience, which is rather vast. I've watched like hundreds of movies just in this past year in movie nights, where I'm not fucking you. Someone says, why don't we shock them? We don't shock asystole. The motherfucking pit! My dudes. Someone in the show quite literally said that out loud. We don't shock asystole. And I was like, oh, yes! Fuck! Someone asked anyone. Someone asked literally fucking anyone. Anyone. Fuck! Oh my god. I don't know. Tell me how hard that show hits you. I've only watched 2 episodes and I just cry. It's so disgustingly my job. There is a moment where, like, a family learns that their son is brain dead and the mom wails, and I viscerally was in a moment where I actually experienced that with a 5-year-old, and I couldn't get out of it, and I just started, like, hiccup crying, and I had to stop watching. Like, that show is that fucking on point. The worst part about it is I have yet to see an RT, and there's constant intubations, constant bag masking, constant nasal flow, constant BiPAP. I have yet to see one badge say respiratory on it. Dear Pitt, we are literally legally necessary to be there if there is a breathing mechanism beyond a nasal cannula. Please, for the fucking love of God, add a respiratory therapist. Fuck! But wow. You guys know. What do we do when someone's heart stops? Do we, A, point at someone, ask them to call 911, and immediately start performing compressions that are deep and adequate on this person at a rather high rate? Do we, B, shock them? Or do we C, spit in their mouth? I made this easy for you. I know I've bitched about it too much. You have to know this. It's A. It's A. Because the paddles, which really don't realistically exist anywhere I've never seen them at any hospital ever. We have 2 sticky pads that go pop, pop, and we leave them on you all the time, so we can literally just pop some leads on you and immediately start activating a code if we need to. That's all we really use these days. That shock literally stops your heart. So what's that gonna do to a heart that's not beating? And for those that don't know, a heart that isn't beating, we call that asystole. The absence of systole. No fucking beating. And I don't know if it was episode 1 or 2 of this show, The Pit, but some student is like, man, they're not doing well. They're in AFib or something. No, their heart stopped. Why didn't we shock them? It was like a code where it went bad or something. And the doc straight up goes, we don't code asystole, or we don't shock asystole. I can't tell you how important that is to me. I cannot tell you. It's great, but if you have medical background, I don't know if it's just me with medical background or if everybody gets hit hard by that show, but I wailed. Like, I just was crying. It's really, really, like, it almost, like, watching this show feels like one of the writers watched my channel or something, because the way that they're presenting this show is each episode is an hour of a 12-hour shift. So one episode is literally just the first hour of a shift from 7 to 8 o'clock. The second episode is from 8 to 9 o'clock. And I've explained this to you guys before, but in the ER and the ICU, a lot of the time what it feels like we're doing is we're going from room to room, but every single room contains someone having the worst day of their fucking life. And so we walk into that room, we do our job, we perform what we need to perform, we try to help the patient, et cetera, but then I have to go out, literally wash my hands in mind of that and walk into the next room going through the worst situation in their entire life. And then I have to walk out of that and, like, it could be a dead child and wailing parents, and I still have to go and help the next patient and the next patient, and you just keep, and it's this just emotional fucking roller coaster you're on constantly, and this show does such a fucking good job at representing that, because the first episode feels like a day, and it's 1 hour. I've never seen 24, actually, so maybe. That's with Kiefer Sutherland, right? I guess I've only watched 2 episodes of it so far. Because it's hard. I really did have a really hard time watching it. There's a lot. It's really, it's the worst of the worst. I mean, it's showing you, like, someone medical is on this writing team. I know they are. They have to be. Because I swear to fuck, I was getting, like, lit angry at some of the situations happening in this show. Where, like, say you have a patient who's 80-something and they have an advanced directive that they do not want to be ventilated and they do not want to have any pressors and they don't want any drugs to keep living because they're, like, 80-something and they're going downhill. But their family, who has executive control of the will, steps in and goes, just kidding, we want to intervene with a ventilator. And now you've got this horrific situation where this really old person is begging to die and you can't let them die because their kids can't let them go. And it just goes back and forth, no matter how hard you explain to this family how terrible this is for the person. And you're never going to get them off of it. This is now how they're going to pass, which is even worse. It doesn't matter. You can't get through to them, and that exact situation happens in the show. And I was just sitting there like actually physically fucking vibrating because I have experienced that exact goddamn situation so many times where there comes a point where you're just like, all right, I'm going to go get the ventilator. And the family they think they've won. And you roll in with a ventilator, you roll in with all that intubation tubing, and the moment that tube goes in that patient's throat, you see everyone's faces in the room drop because they now realize they're never hearing Grandpa's voice again. But none of that clicks until they visually see all of that, and then they see Grandpa struggling and pulling at his tube and rolling around, and all we can do is drug him. We can drug him out. That's it. And I've gone through that so many fucking times. So many, hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. And it's like you try so hard to be the good guy, and now you're the bad guy. No matter what, you are going to be the bad guy to this family because you did what they wanted to do, but they didn't quite understand what you were going to do was going to happen, and now you're the bad guy. And you have to accept that because they're going through the worst day of their life, and then I have to go wash my hands and go to the next room where the exact same thing is happening. It's exhausting. It is fucking emotionally exhausting. You literally have to, like, turn your soul off at a certain point, and this show does such a good job. Such a fucking good job. Such a good job. It's incredible. All of this is explained. Yes. Yes. Very much so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. It doesn't matter. It becomes a they want to win situation. So, like, people I don't know. You can't judge grieving. I never would. Like, any situation like that is so hard to go through, and nobody really knows how you're going to react in that situation. But some sort of bullheadedness comes in, where it's like, it doesn't matter what I say. They have to see what they're asking for before it clicks, and then it's too late. It's done now. It's done. And this man was clearly, or this patient was clearly so unstable that you're never getting them off the vent. You can't take someone off the vent too unstable unless it's a terminal extubation. You can only extubate to a better case scenarios. And when you see that there is no better case scenario coming from a ventilator, that means this patient now passes on a ventilator. And that's tragic and horrible. And I hate that for anybody. Oh, God, slur me. I really hope the new stuff works out for you, Honeybean. It's willful ignorance, it's stubbornness, it's That's why I say all the time, like most RTs, most nurses, most medical people I know, you ask them, what's your worst nightmare? Being intubated. I try to reiterate that every once in a while because I hope that sticks. That it is horrific. Like, imagine you're on a ventilator and you know how every couple of minutes we sigh? You do it kind of unconsciously, you yawn, you do all sorts of different breathing all day. Imagine every time you went to naturally sigh or naturally yawn, I slapped my hand over your mouth. That's a ventilator. Imagine you try to cough and I shove air down into your lungs. That's a ventilator. It is fucking horror. Horror. It's not good. Hydrate, motherfuckers. When you're young and healthy and you've got a positive outcome, Rod, it's different. You usually, like most patients that end up on a ventilator are on it for less than 24 hours. It's really like a life-saving maneuver, and or it's for surgery, like anesthesia, stuff like that. Most people come off of it like first thing in the morning. Like I get a lot of people coming out of surgery at nighttime at the beginning of my shift, and first thing in the morning, like 5 a.m., I'm extubating them. They're great. They just needed a night of sleep. That's the vast majority of people because they're not on it very long. It's when, a medical professional is telling you there's clearly no positive outcome here. We're just doing additional damage that's going to additionally make it so we can never get them off. That's when it's nuanced. Imagine science being nuanced. I have to grind weed. Fucking Tammy. Kona, it was, again, it was very much like a life-saving maneuver, and from what I hear, it was very much a case of, like, when they got on a ventilator, and because what I heard was what COVID was doing was it was causing extreme hypoxia, extreme, rigidness of the lungs. So, we have, like, pressures, volumes, flow rates, etc. We have all this stuff going into, like, how we're feeding you air through a ventilator. But when your lungs have gone rigid because of a disease process or something otherwise, we have to adequately oxygenate you without giving you volumes, which is real weird and really complicated. We have a few ways of ventilating that are different. Like we have one way that's called high flow jet ventilation that we were doing on some patients during COVID, which is essentially it's like ventilation, but it's this really high flow of oxygen, not volumes, just a flow of oxygen being fed to your lungs while we vibrate your body on a special kind of bed at a really creepy rate, like this. Because theoretically, these of your body will cause enough oxygen CO2 transfer via the AA gradient. It'll cause enough to keep you alive. It's not good, but it's enough, and it's like we call them Hail Marys. There's a lot of Hail Marys we have where it's like, literally, we don't know what else to do, you're crashing. These are things that have worked. They're not guarantees, but we've seen them work, and we'll put people on them. I heard that was really adequate for people like that. Or there's another one that is, I think I've talked about this before, ECMO, endocorporeal membrane oxygenation. It's essentially a heart bypass machine. It is fucking wild. Not a lung bypass. So when your lungs have become so rigid, so diseased, so hard that I can't even do a flow in them without them, like, pressure going up in the chest, what we do is we put these two huge hoses in under your rib cage. I mean huge. Up under your rib cage. And we bypass your lungs. So we're coming into a vena cava and we're coming into an aorta over here. And our machine, the ECMO machine, that is now doing all of the oxygenation for your body. It's pretending to be lungs outside of the body. It is wild to see. Like, coming out the ribs. And I mean, you guys know I worked night shift. Once or twice I went into an ECMO room and, like, it's dark and I'm in there just checking the vent and shit like that. And you'd brush up on one of these hoses and it would touch your thigh and it's hot. Because it's, like, hot. It's, like, human temperature blood. And it's, like, I hope you're doing okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Nuance in this economy? I know, right? My wife was on a ventilator last June for 8 days. Whoa. Whoa. CK needs no validation, but 100% yes. What she said, yeah, it's the worst. Tammy hit me. Ventilators were absolutely, like, what was crazy is we were running out of ventilators during COVID. That was the most wild thing I heard from my mom, is the sheer extreme shortage of ventilators in the world was insane. Insane. Because we didn't know what else to do. The thing with a ventilator is it's a life-saving strategy, but it's also a way for us to absolutely control the environment of the lungs because it is a closed system. Meaning nothing is being entrained or titrated in from the environment at all. So we are controlling every inspiration, every single expiration. So sometimes when people get so fucking sick that they're starting to go septic and we see them going downhill and just organ systems are failing, we will put you on a ventilator just to take the lung stress off your body so maybe you won't go as septic. Again, sepsis, definition time. Sepsis is defined by 3 or more organ systems completely failing. That's all it is. It's a definition of a disease process that can be many disease processes happening at the same time, but it is, by its core, 3 or more organ systems failing completely. That's when someone is septic. It's very serious. Obviously. Barilla, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. That's a lot of goddamn months. Thank you. I'm going to... Basically, it was just Tina twerking in the parking lot of a Love's because my tailbones were you just sitting there like doing a little pop and lock. That sounds cool. So many months of not shaking, but still, first sub, best sub, Helltard. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, giving me 57 fucking months. That's a long goddamn time, and I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual. Oh, look who came to say hello. No one can see you back there. Do you want to come say good morning? Hello, my son. How are you? Did you have good seeps? Yeah, do you hear your sister? Is she coming? Is she coming to ruin everyone's... Oh, those claws. Oh, your claws are terrible. I told this story before, but it reminds me of the time I had COVID. COVID was in the hospital. My second night, the nurse came in to check on me. What? Shut up, Bill. And I wouldn't wake up. She got scared because she thought I died. I originally found it amusing, but found out later that a few COVID patients went out like that. Oh my God. Were you actually asleep or were you being a shit? My cord is stuck. Here we go. Is this Herbie Man? Oh my God, I didn't even realize it's Superman, isn't it? I downloaded the Spotify app. I'm hoping it fails less than the Spotify browser has failed for us recently. Lorelai, thank you for those biddies, you generous fuck. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And thank you for the hype train, you generous hoe. Just crashed out extra hard. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, if you were faking it, you're a dick. Not that I would assume you would ever do that. Where are you, bud? You're awful warm. It's so cold out. Where did you come from? Nowhere. Now, I'm going Lorelai! To fuck you with Satan's cock. Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings for 83 goddamn months.
Hail Satan! I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. Continue being a badass. Thank you.
Open a bag of chips and a flock of birds literally did the mine thing from Finding Nemo. Wait, what kind of birds, though? Were they cute? Were they ibises? Cheers. I'll post cheers. Thank you for the hype train. Say thank you. No. Nothing. Okay. Brown long beaks with a reddish chest. That kind of sounds like an ibis. Are they around a trash can? They're kind of like trash birds, but I find them very pretty. We don't have birds here. So I get excited to see them. Birds aren't real and they're not in Colorado. I never see birds here. But I can't remember where I was in Florida last time, but there was fucking ibises everywhere. And I think it was Glut or somebody told me, they're like, yeah, those are trash birds. And I'm like, okay, but they're real cute. But I like starlings too, and I think starlings are kind of like trash birds. Like those are the tiny little black birds that you see around gas stations up here. If you see birds, Canadian geese stop by, Rod. Have you ever seen one like stay? Like where do they live? Genuine question, where do they live? Is it Canada? Are we just like a pit stop? In Ohio. I don't know. I don't think I don't think they live here because we don't have a lot of bodies of water. But they definitely are here 2 times a year. You see them flying over in their like triangle pattern. They all live in North Carolina. There's so many here. Well, North Carolina like genuinely normally doesn't get like cold, right? So they wouldn't leave. That kind of makes sense. My hubby calls pigeons sky rats, but I think they're cute. Plus, we failed them as I was gonna say, yeah, I'm all on pigeons' sides. I thought they were cute to begin with, but then I learned how we failed them as humans, displace them, and then make fun of them for their sad nests. Again, where humans just like fail Mother Earth hard. Big shocker there. It's cold here. It's 8 degrees. What are we at now, bud? It was 8 degrees. Did we get to 9? Oh man, maybe even 10 degrees today. My dudes, it is 11 degrees out. Amazing. We're getting tropical. We're getting tropical, bub. I know. we get grackles. They're blackbird, a bit bigger than a blue jay, and they shimmer in the sun. They're so fucking pretty. I think that's what we call starlings because they sound almost the same. They're really fucking pretty, but I think they're like trash birds. You're in my cord, bud. Thank you. Oh, you mean I'm gonna thrive? I can be in a hoodie and sweatpants and a little bit chilly in 80-degree weather. Don't put it past me. I am a cold-blooded reptile human. We've been getting 2 to 3 inches of snow every few days. Been a lot of tiny storms. Yeah, we have snow now too. Yeah, the oil slick shimmer. That's exactly what the starlings have. Yeah, and I think they're so pretty. But everybody's like, they're gross. They're dirty trash birds. And I'm like, all right, well, dirty trash birds are prettier than the tree birds. The brown little tree birds. I am a lizard person. I am. I have a space heater blasting my legs with 78 degrees. And I make sure they burn. You're right on my bladder, bud. And you're kind of making me need to pee. Just a little. It's a witch thing. It's because we're prepared for hell. Like when I get to hell, I'm just gonna be like, all I need is a thin pair of pants and a light jacket. Amazing. This weather's so balmy. Hit me with that flamethrower again, bitch. Yes. I will thrive. I did the dick thing with my girlfriend. I was almost asleep. She came in and tried to talk to me. I was warm and sleepy and didn't want to wake up. I feigned sleep. She got more and more intent on making me erect. Oh my God. Making me react. Why did I read erect? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Started to worry that she couldn't see me breathing. Eventually, she basically stuck her fingers up my nose. So I have to go. Where would those fingers go if erect was what I was supposed to read out loud? It's fine. Maybe that's, oh my God. How they get erect? How do you blow your nose in public? Just like, oh, calm down, little Jimmy. Is it like a thing like that? What would you even do with that? That sounds out of control. I have a broken mind. I also have to pee really bad. So, first break of the day, stretch your legs, take a break, loadable, do what you need to do. Find a pood to lick and sniff a butt. Do what you need to do. Take your motherfucking joy.
Did you take your joy today?
I'll be right back.
Never forget to take your joy and
Blah, blah, blah. It is so. Good morning, Heltar. Come on, heater. Blast me. It's still snowing. It's so chilly. Welcome back. Brr. It's crazy how fast this is a big blanket. Come hang out. Dude, look at this. This is my this is a ghost hoodie. A ghost blankie with the cross. It's real warm, but check this. I don't know why. It has little holes for your hands. Or for your lighter. It's very toasty, but it's big. Come snuggle. I miss this community. We're always here. We actually started doing, dude, Heltar, I don't know how long you've been not hanging out or off doing real life things. We have a movie night we've been doing. So every night for 2 hours, we watch at least 2 movies a night, if not more. It's a fucking blast. Like, we basically just hang out all day at this point. I don't know what to do without movie night anymore. Like, genuinely. It's, like, established in my life. I don't know what to do without it. I love to watch movies with the community. It's so much fun. But every night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we start watching movies, and it's a blast. It's like penguin fins, yeah, but it's like, I think it's a papa cloak or something. I don't know. It's a blankie, and it's real warm, and it is fuck cold. Come on, heater. Make my legs warm. I don't know if it's because I have dummy long legs or what, but I feel like my legs and arms are always cold. Always. My core, it's okay. It kind of blasts heat like nobody's business, but the rest of me, absolutely not. You guys want to play some fun games today? I have no plans to dive into anything since I'm leaving for Loveburn in a couple days. Figure we could just play some Jackbox games and have fun. Jackbox? Yep. Jackbox. Is it the lanky? I've thought about it scientifically speaking, Rod. Like, the circulation on us has to go so much further because of the limbs. I think that's why my fingies are always cold, too. Dream, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and be consensual. Go back and be consensual? Sure. Sure. Oh, poor dummy long legs. It's Jackbox. Jackbox. Yeah, you've never played Jackbox? Jackbox. The Jackbox party packs. We have Murder Game. We have... What was the other one we liked? Blather Round. Blather Round is super fun. We could play the t-shirt game. What do you guys feel like drawing? Do you feel like murdering each other? Do you feel like smart? Or do you feel funny? How was your nap? Was it delightful? Lord Hybrid, where are your pants? Pants are penis prisons. Fuck them. Thank you, Viata. That opens up our options a lot because that means we can play... What's that other one we really liked but was the one that ruined all of our good times? Not that. Was it Quiplash? We did. We played a lot of Murder Party the other day, so we could play... We have Quiplash because, well, basically... If you weren't around, we played Quiplash recently, and someone horrible came into chat and wrote horrible things into Quiplash, so we were all a little broken. But the wonderful, beautiful, generous members of the community gifted me like a ton of Jackbox packs. Not all, I mean, not a lot, like 5 of them. And the more recent, like the Jackbox 10, 7, 6, they all have moderation in them. So like mods can play and mod, where basically they just check the answers before they go on screen, which is so nice. And I'm so grateful for that volunteership, because that means not only are they volunteering to check answers to make sure no one's being a fuck twat, but like they have to see the horrible thing if someone decides to do a horrible thing. I thank you for that, because it's terrible. But the game is so much fun. Like, we were having so much fun. Was so dumb. We were having a great time. It's a fun game. So we have Quiplash. We have the one where we draw t-shirts and make up slogans for t-shirts. We have Blather Round. I know those are 3 that we really like. Dictionarium was kind of fun. Once we got the role of like define the word, come up with a synonym for the definition, and then like use it in a sentence. Once we got on the roll of that one was pretty fun. And then Party Pack 10, I think Party Pack 10, I'm going to open it. I think it only had the t-shirt one. That was the one we were really into. Let me see. The mod settings are amazing, and the fact that Viata and Rod have been willing to mod every time is amazing. Like, I'm so fucking grateful for that. Because it's just, we've all seen terrible words. We don't deserve to see the terrible words. We don't want to see the terrible words. They don't need to be on screen. Okay, so this one opens. So TKO2, that's the t-shirt one where we draw t-shirts and come up with funny slogans. There's Fixie Text. Ever wish someone would answer your text for you? Imagine the masterful comebacks you and your friends would create if you mashed all your brains together. You're in luck. The game. Oh, we played this one, didn't we? This one's really hard. Wasn't this one like really hard to do without like audio? They don't count because we weren't high enough. Amen. I think that was the one that was hard to do. It was like people were actively typing in the middle of each other's sentences, and the game is cool, but I think we all need to be on audio or something for that. It was complicated, but it was fun. I could see how it would be fun. And I hated that like, my only qualm, and I understand why it's part of the game because it's like part of the game, but not being able to fix typos. I'm a terrible typer. I just am. I type fast, and I depend on autocorrect a lot. And that was killer for me because the typos, man. Like, I feel like I was just typing so fucking slow just because I wanted the lady to read it out loud funny and not, you know. So we have that one. Time Jinx. We've never played that one. What would you do if you had a time machine? Would you go back and try to fix some mistakes? Would you travel into the future to see who you become? No, of course not. You'd use it to play an immersive trivia game. So this is a trivia. And then Hypnosis. In Hypnosis, players are attending a hypnotist show where, as you might expect, they get hypnotized. Each player will take on a new unique identity such as Frankenstein, a snowman, or a carrot. They will then be asked to answer questions as their character would. Want to try it? I kind of want to see if you guys can answer a question as a carrot. I feel like while we have Viata, i.e. a mod, let's try something new. And then tomorrow, while Viata's not around, we can do stuff like Murder Party, stuff where we don't need moderation and crap. It could be fun. Oh, it kind of is. Oh, I want to do it. Let's do it. Test out role-playing skills. I'm going to be terrible. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Sunlight. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Why are there teeth in my ass? Role playing? Like, as a carrot? I don't know if I could do it. Where's my... Oh, yeah. Spotify app. Pause yourself. Beach. It's terrible. No, October, 100%. Like, I'm so reliant on spell check and autocomplete and that shit. I've just become a terrible typer. So lazy. It's so bad. Like, the amount of times I edit my messages in Discord and shit like that are asinine. It's terrible. 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 Jackbox Theatre. Hypnotorious. Let's look at the settings. Oh, wait. Let's go full screen just in case there's a mod. There's got to be a mod setting in this one. Content control. Yep. English. Family friendly. No. Profanity. Oh, and there's a mod password. Okay. I'm going to message you that password via chat. I loved what that was Blather Round, right? Blonde Urethra. If we don't like this one, we can go back to Blather Round. I just like to try the new ones because you guys bought me the packs. We might as well try them. And if they suck, they suck. Like that typing one. That one, it didn't suck. I feel like that one would be fun. It just sucks to play on stream. Don't say the numbers out loud. Not that it matters. And then I gotta get you the game. Filter US centric. Who does that? I kind of like learning the different worldly stuff. Okay, skip tutorials, no. Max players, yes. Audience, yes. Post-game sharing, yes. Password game, no. Requires Twitch, yes. Game controller, no. Allow room code hoding? Yep. Hoding. Ding-a-ding-ding. All right. If you would like to play...
You're gonna love it. This hypnotist makes everyone think they're a character from pop culture or history.
or if you would like to be part of the audience, please go to jackbox.tv. Thank you. No worries, Rod. We've got a lot of games we can play at this point where they have moderation settings and stuff, but I appreciate that in case we do really enjoy this game and we want to play more. Okay, I got in. Now let me send Viata the code so she can mod. And like we were saying earlier, when we play a new game like this, it could take the mod a minute. We never know how the mods get tutorials on how to mod the first couple games. So like, give them a break. It takes a minute. It's different in every game. It's weird. All right, where does it say you are? Okay. It, again, doesn't have like a how many mods are in the game or whatever. All right, I'm opening it up. Jackbox.tv. Please come play with us. I don't know what's going to happen on games today. It's the end of our normal broadcast when I go work out and take my dogs walking and stuff. But if you're still bored and looking for shit to do every night around 7 p.m. Eastern, we watch movies in the Discord, !Discord in the channel if you'd like an invite to come join our Discord. It's 2 random movies. Knives and Glut usually pick them. And it's been a fucking blast, and we're having a really good time. And I love it, and I hope people continue having a really good time in it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I will be here tomorrow. Yeah, I don't leave until Thursday. And like I was saying, I don't really have, like, a lot or much packing. I just need to feed my animals and stuff like that. It's nothing major. I think that's all I got. Cheers. Take care of yourselves. I'm gonna raid my boy Dan. He's playing something. I don't know. Oh my god, he's playing Zoocosis. I kind of want to see this game a lot. It said running the safest zoo ever, no mysteries here, and I really thought it was going to be like one of those tycoon games, but like running a zoo. It is not. It's Zoocosis, which is like crazy looking animals. I'm kind of excited to see that. I have to pee so bad. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. And I will see you tomorrow for the last stream for like a week. So like, come hang out if you want to hang out. Bye.